I would love to grow a hair thick enough to cushion the effect of a bullet from a gunshot to my head. That's only if my bald genes let me. But in the non-existence of my bald genes, no matter how much I try, I really doubt I'd give Amir Manuel Mendedez a run for his money. Meet this kid and the thick mass of hair strands sitting prettily on top of his head, the biggest afro you'll likely see on a living person. Amir is just one in more than a dozen of such people with extremely large long body parts. In this video, we'll take a look at 20 of these individuals. Because I can sense the excitement rapidly building in you, I'll start off with this very interesting individual. Permit me to call him Horse Penis Pro Max. 20. Longest male organ. Standing at a length of 48 centimeters and 25 centimeters of gland circumference, and also weighing 900 grams, Robert Esquivel Cabrera holds the record for the largest male organ in the world. Notice how walking seems to be a big deal for him. The 56-year-old Mexican citizen known as El Shentaro says that he suffers from frequent urinary infections. He says that he cannot sleep on his stomach and that he has to tie his penis almost half a meter and a kilo to his leg. One can only wonder what wonder his massive tool can perform, but Cabrera's large penis looks more like a curse than it is a blessing. He was quoted saying, "I've never had a girlfriend or a partner or anything like that. I've never even been kissed once. I like women, but I never had one, not even when I was a kid, much less now with this." Poor Cabrera. So ladies, do you fancy Cabrera and his very massive third leg? Let us know in the comments. Up next is a lady who's capable of causing an earthquake at the pronunciation of bubble. Pun intended, no offense. 19. Largest lips in the world. Meet Andrea Ivanova, a Bulgarian model believed to have the biggest lips in the world. Funny enough, this didn't come naturally. She has had to undergo numerous surgeries on her face. She once underwent 6 in a day. Doctors have warned that her next surgery outing could be fatal, but there's no stopping Ivanova. The 22-year-old Bulgarian never hesitates to show her latest episode of lip fillings to the public on social media. She is tagged the real-life Barbie. What do you guys think? Hit or miss? 18. Largest hips in the world. Maybe hips do lie after all. Otherwise, this lady wouldn't have so much trouble fitting into a shower. Meet Michael Ruffinelli is an American woman who currently holds the record of widest hip in the world. Her hips boast an unusual 8 feet, 2.4 m in circumference. Although her waist is only 3 feet 4 inches, 102 centimeters, she is 5 feet 4 inches, 1.63 m tall and weighs more than 420 pounds. If you think this is unreal, wait until your eyes grace Gary Turner's very stretchy skin. 17. Longest stretch skin. Here Gary recalls that he was about 3 years old when he discovered his skin stretched beyond normal. Now isn't this insane? Prior to now, I never knew the human body could be stretched this much. Gary Turner is able to stretch the skin of his stomach to a distended length of 15.8 centimeters, 6.25 in. This is due to a rare medical condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a disorder of the connective tissues affecting the skin, ligaments, and internal organs. Is it safe to call Gary's situation a blessing in disguise? See how famous he's got as a result of his medical disorder, one of the numerous ironies of life, I'd say. Over to number 16 on our list, where Kim Goodman and her eyeballs take center stage. 16. Biggest eyeball. You'd agree with me that Irene is one name that fits Kim Goodman perfectly. Looking at her, you'd almost think she's capable of seeing the future. At 0.47 inches, Kim Goodman holds the world record for the farthest eyeball protrusion. Goodman, who lives in Chicago, Illinois, said she discovered her eyeball-popping talent when she was hit over the head. In 2004, Goodman was included by Guinness World Records in their 50th anniversary list of the top 10 feats of all time. Up next is a man who'd give Harry Potter character Dumbledore a run for his money. Here's Sarwan Singh. 15. Longest beard. A proud Sarwan Singh flaunts his beard much to the delight and awe of TV show hosts Regis and Kelly, and of course the cheering audience. Measuring 2.54 m, 8 feet 3 in, Sarwan Singh's glorious and spectacular beard for the third consecutive time has earned him the record title for the longest person on a living person. The Canadian resident initially had his beard measured in 2008, when it was 2.33 m, 7 feet 8 in long, smashing the previous record of 1.77 m, 5 feet 9 in, held by Swede Birger Pellis. Sarwan then had his beard measured again on the set of Low Show DEI record in Rome, Italy in 2010, extending his record with a beard of 2.495 m, 8 feet 2.5 in. But when remeasured on the 15th of October 2022, it had grown even longer. It's a little greyer these days, but more fabulous than ever. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Just the perfect look for the role of a magician in a movie. And now, the bushy hair kid we talked about at the beginning of this video, 14. Largest afro on a living person. Amir Manuel Mendedez explains with excitement what inspired him to try to nip this record in the bud. He also explained that he attained this feat manually, with no help from artificial growers at all. The 14-year-old has broken the 2024 Guinness World Record for largest afro on a living teenager and man in the world. Amir's afro measures 7.74 inches tall, 9.77 inches wide and 7.33 feet in circumference, setting a record in the category for men, according to Guinness World Records. I think the kid's a stunner if you ask me. 13. Longest ear hair. My wild guess is that this guy will have a hard time hearing properly. I mean, what the hell is that thing sticking out of his ears? Standing at 25 centimeters and still growing, Radhakant Bajpai ear hair was officially recognized by the Guinness Books of Records as the longest in the world. Considered by Mr. Radhakant to be a symbol of luck and prosperity, his ear hair has been growing since he was 18 and has never been cut, despite his wife's pleas to get rid of it. Together, his ear hair tufts measure almost 20 inches long. That's a mix of crazy and fascinating at the same time. And now that he's famous, his wife has no other choice than to compromise. Here's another one. 12. Longest fingernails. Lee Redmond, record holder of the longest fingernails in the world, recounts the journey so far. Prior to her involvement in an auto crash, she carefully nurtured her nails for 30 years and achieved the title for longest fingernails on a pair of female hands ever. At their peak length in 2008, Lee's talons reached a combined total of 8.65 meters, 28 feet 4 in. That's almost as long as a school bus. Unbelievable! The longest individual nail was the right thumb, which grew to a staggering 90 centimeters, 2 feet 11 in long. How did she cook, write, wash? Was she able to use her hands at all? But a feat is a feat. Lee Redmond made remarkable history. 11. Longest neck. The record for the world's longest neck is held by a Padang woman. According to the Guinness Books of Records, her neck measures 15.75 inches. When you look at the ways of the Padang people, there's no doubt at all why they hold this record. They are known for their age-long practice of binding their necks with heavy brass coils that alter the shape of the neck and shoulders. This symbolizes wealth, position, and beauty. The coils weigh over 20 pounds and can stretch their necks over a foot. I wonder if that hurts. Well, I think that's bravery at its peak. Don't you think so? 10. Longest eyelash. Does it not get uncomfortable? 'Cause it looks to me like a lot of effort. Yu Jiangxia's eyelash was measured 12.40 centimeters and verified as the longest eyelash in 2016. Her eyelashes have continually grown since then, and the most current measurement shows that it is 8.10 centimeters longer than the last measurement. Every single one of Yu Jiangxia's eyelashes are particularly long, but the longest eyelash of them all was found on the upper eyelid of her left eye. Whatever the reason was for Yu Jiangxia's long eyelashes, she believes the record-breaking feature gives her strength. 9. Largest feet. While Robert Wadlow holds the record for the biggest feet ever, Hernandez holds the record for the largest feet among the living. The largest feet on a living person are 40.55 centimeters, 1 foot 3.96 in, right foot, and 40.47 centimeters, 1 foot 3.93 in, left foot, both belonging to Jason Orlando Rodriguez Hernandez and were measured in Parc Saint-Paul, Beauvais, France on the 3rd of June 2018. 22-year-old Jason Rodriguez, who lives in Maracay with his family, needs especially large shoes that are made just for him in Germany. According to cordwainer Georg Wessels, who makes bespoke shoes for giants around the world, Jason needs a European size 69 shoe. Okay, that's incredibly big. 8. Largest hands. Here we see Jeff flaunting his extremely large hands, but don't you think we all would if we were in his shoes? Jeff Dabe, also known as the Real Popeye, born 1963, is an American heavy machine operator and professional arm wrestler, noted for his oversized limbs. Dabe was the 2021 International Federation of Arm Wrestling's world champion. His giant forearms measure 49 centimeters in circumference. His hands are so big that he is capable of holding 2 basketballs in both hands. He is officially the man with the largest hands in the world. Surprisingly, this has nothing to do with genetics, he was just born that way. 7. Longest tongue. Nick, a Salinas, California, USA, resident who already held the record for longest tongue, male, has added another title to his collection after breaking the record for fastest time to remove 5 Jenga blocks with the tongue. He smashed the challenge in 55.526 seconds. Nick's tongue is quite a trademark. From its tip to the middle of the closed top lip, Nick's tongue measures a whopping 10.1 centimeters, 3.97 in. The average tongue length is just over 3 inches, 7.9 centimeters, 3.11 in for women, and 8.5 centimeters, 3.34 in for men. Mine is 10.1 centimeters, 3.97 in, said Nick. Although Nick says having a long tongue doesn't necessarily help his sense of taste, it is useful when it comes to cleaning himself up after eating. 6. Longest toes. Excluding cases of elephantiasis, then the longest toes ever measured were the big toes belonging to Matthew McGrory at 12.7 centimeters, 5 in long. His little toes measured 3.81 centimeters, 1.5 in. McGrory was born in Westchester, Pennsylvania as the son of William and Maureen McGrory. He was over 1.5 meters, 5 feet, tall by the time he completed kindergarten and grew to the height of 7'56" in 229 me. 5. Longest hair. The luxurious locks of Xi Cuping achieved the longest hair in the world on a female with a length of 5.62 meters, 18 ft 5 in, as verified on 8 May 2004. She started growing her hair in 1973 when she was just 13 years old. According to her, "It's no trouble at all, I'm used to it." But you need patience and you need to hold yourself straight when you have hair like this. At more than 5 me, Xi Cuping's hair is almost as long as an adult male giraffe. 4. Longest mustache. Meet Ram Singh Chauhan, who has spent an incredible 32 years cultivating the tash, which requires 2 hours a day of grooming. India's Ram Singh Chauhan is the proud owner of the world's longest mustache, at an astonishing 14 feet long. Chauhan, 58, who hails from the city of Jaipur in Rajasthan state, says his whiskers are his most prized possession. Chauhan, whose tash has even landed him a part in James Bond movie Octopussy, said, "Growing a mustache is like taking care of a baby. You really need to nurture it. It has taken me a long time to get it to 14 feet. It's not been an easy task." Chauhan started growing his moustache during his late teens. 3. Big nose. Mehmet from Turkey was well known and loved for his zest for life, and often spoke of how he was blessed to have a record-breaking nose. He was awarded the title of longest nose on a living person, Male, 3 times. First in 2001 on Guinness World Records. Prime time in Los Angeles. Again in 2010 on the set of Low Show DEI record in Italy, and one last time in 2021. Each time, it measured 8.8 centimetres, 3.46 in, from the bridge to the tip, which is the length of a playing card. 2. 1. Tallest body. Born the 10th of December 1982, Sultan Kösen is a Turkish farmer who holds the Guinness World Record for tallest living male at 251 centimetres, 8 feet 2.82 in. Kösen's growth resulted from the conditions of gigantism and acromegaly caused by a tumour affecting his pituitary gland. Due to his condition, Kösen uses crutches to walk. On the 25th of August 2009, Kösen's standing height was recorded at 246.4 centimetres, 8 feet 1 in his home country by Guinness World Records, overtaking former world record holder Bao Shishun, who stands 236.1 centimetres, 7 feet 8'15", 16 in tall. We saved our best for the last. Finally, meet Annie Hawkins. 1. Largest breast. The Guinness World Record for largest natural breasts belongs to New York native Annie Hawkins Turner. Her chest over nipple measurement is 70 inches. Annie Hawkins Turner, better known by the stage name Norma Stitz, is an American fetish model. Her pseudonym is a wordplay on enormous tits. Her large breast is as a result of gigantomastia. She holds the Guinness World Record for largest natural breasts. Annie makes a living as an internet adult film performer and has created her own company to produce her videos. It's a wrap that should do. So tell us, have you by chance come in contact with any of these kinds of people? Yes, they may seem creepy, but it's definitely worth the stare. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more fascinating videos like this. Goodbye.